Good evening, all. Nikki two times coming at you live with another Sunday Funday episode number 25. We've got Daniel in the house. We've got my alter ego, Nikki two times unlimited. We've got my good friend Sith from Spine Ticks representing tonight. There was a Bredazzle in here earlier, and we had Justin W. Smith. As everybody starts getting in here, thank you for all being here as always. I don't have the cards to show tonight are going to be real simple, probably just a few packs of the Haunted that I have remaining. Definitely going to talk about the Penguin tonight, since somebody who's usually on point forgot to talk about it last night. What's going on, Dean? Yeah, Dean. How we doing? Definitely gonna be talking, doing predictions as usual. Got a couple other things to talk about when it comes to football. Maybe even a little bit of stuff, other sports. Representing my Philadelphia Flyers tonight. That rare moment you'll actually see me wear a snapback, wearing a front hat instead of a backwards hat. But I'm glad to have you all in here. Oh, for fuck's sake, because I don't breathe, eat, and sleep football 24/7. Today was a very good day. Spent some time with my eldest son and my granddaughters. His second daughter's baptism was today, so we did that. Oh, I'm sorry, and I did not say hello to Daniel, I don't believe, at the top of the show. My bad. I am very sorry, Daniel. Good to have you in here as always. Guys, as we always say, don't forget, not being paid by this, endorsed in any single way, but go ahead and drink some Prime. Get yourself hydrated. We got 21 in chat. If you like Prime, go for it. We know how it goes. That number is going to go up. That number is going to go down. Maybe we'll get some good trolls in here tonight to work that algorithm up for me. Daniel, thank you. I appreciate it. Trying to work that channel up a little bit too. That'll be my alternate channel to work out, watching this channel for some watch hours, as well as if you get a chance, look at my content that I've already started over there. Just shorts for right now. A couple cool things. My latest short on that channel got over 1,000 views. Even my first couple shorts with no followers, I actually had over 500 views. So, good way to start. Jada, I do work out by grabbing the sandwich and lifting it to my mouth and eating it all up. That's how I work out. I walk from the couch to the refrigerator. I also do squats down when I teabag your mom. So, anyway, guys, how are we all doing this evening? I hope you've all had a great week. We're going to do a little bit more than just talk sports. We will get into the world of entertainment at least a little bit tonight. And it says it right on the back too. Flyers. I can tell you exactly when I got, well, not the exact date, but when I purchased this hat was at a game. Travis Konecny scored a hat trick. So hats in the store were, I think, 30% off or 40% off. So I bought this. I bought another more bendable bill trucker hat, and I bought my son a Flex Fit. So absolutely love this hat. I'm going to get canceled. Well, that's why we definitely should keep the cursing to a minimum. Don't care, or at least I need to. Whatever you guys say in chat is your business. I don't care, but I probably should try to keep the cursing down to a minimum if possible. Rough. Get this music down just a little bit, just a tad. So, before I even get started, all that, I always say for the predictions, won't get into predictions just yet. I know, Daniel, you're really good with participating with me on that, and I thank you, but I just kind of wanted to say through in week 10, we're now in week 11. In week 10, I was 9-5 with my total coming up to 91-61 correct. I'm having a pretty good, solid week so far. I did pick the Bills to beat the Chiefs today, which was phenomenal to watch. I actually watched that game. So I picked the Ravens to beat the Chiefs in week 1, which didn't happen. And then I picked the Chiefs all the way through. And then this was the first time I did not pick them. I really thought the Bills were going to win, and it happened. Today, besides predictions, wanted to go over kind of people's thoughts on MVP picks. Who you think might be a worthy candidate for MVP? Maybe somebody that nobody's thinking of, that maybe the experts aren't thinking of. Don't really know about that alien car. I would have said alien car. Shirt. I spy something black. Shirt. I spy something black. Shirt. I spy something black. Shirt. A lot of the usual suspects aren't in here right now, surprisingly, tonight. But thank you for the others that I'm seeing in here that aren't our normal guys stepping in here, and stick around. You might like what you see. Talking sports, talking some entertainment. I guess, Daniel, you're already giving a suggestion on MVP. Maybe, I don't know, but he was out for a while, so we'll see. We'll get into that a little bit later on. What's going on, Justin? I will say, guys, I'm sure most of you have already seen it. I started the 2 cards for 22 days just to show hopping on Hammy and Sons challenge for 22 a day for where veterans 22 on average 22 of them commit suicide on a daily basis. So I figured it was my time to jump on that. I know a couple people have done that besides Hammy and Son. I think Lions Luck Sports did it, if I'm not mistaken, and I know Rants at 2 Balls are better than one also did it. And as usual, I get into at least a couple shout outs, people we probably already follow, but maybe there's a couple that don't. But I want to shout them out now early on, and then I'll tag them once I make the video public. What's going on, Bredazzle? How are we doing this evening? So first off, we're going to go with Pack Addict Rips. A couple of them are already done in prior, but I want to bring them back. But Pack Addict Rips, sitting real close to 500. He's at 458 subs. Let's get him subbed up. We've got the Crack Pack Daddy. This guy just had hit his 500 subscriber and had his giveaway, I want to say last week, for 500 subscribers. He's been blowing up. So in just the past week, he's now up to 641 subs as of about like an hour ago when I checked his sub count out. So get him subbed up. He's been in my lives before. Barry, of course. Good friend to the channel. Good friend to Spine Ticks. He's sitting at 431 subs. Let's get him subbed up as well. Brian Prado, what's going on? No, I am not. 2 other channels. One, I've been, me and him have been subbed up to each other pretty much almost since I started, close to 2 years. 2 years in February, or in February we'll make 2 years. Been subbed up to this guy a long time. Got away from watching his stuff. I haven't heard from him on my channel in quite some time too, but I'm rotating back to this guy. Is Good Time Adam. Really good guy. Pretty good channel, I'd have to say. He's at 426 subs. Let's get him subbed up as well. And lastly, someone who's starting to make a little bit of waves and making some friends with some of you guys out there. But if you're not already subbed up to Jared Bolton, football, fellow Cowboys fan, Robin to Dino's Batman, he's sitting at 48 subs. Let's get him taken care of. Let's have him be the next guy to 100. We know Justin's surpassed that mark. Dino's surpassed that mark. They're both flying high and doing really well. So let's get him to be the next guy to 100. This week, I know, even just today, some videos I haven't watched yet, but I want to get into. I know Rance did his Sunday morning video that he would typically do. Helmets and hash marks. He just posted something about an hour ago. Panther Breaks posted something new this today as well. So there's definitely videos I'm going to watch later on today as we go through. I'm a French toast guy, and I actually really enjoy making French toast as well. So sometimes when I go out to a diner, eat French toast, although you think you couldn't screw up French toast, people can screw it up, and I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to French toast. Alright, so before we get into all the predictions, before we get into ripping, again, all I have is the Haunted Hoops. Hasn't been any new football product. I don't really want to continue to open Prestige and and score and stuff like that because of my backing count being where it's at. I can't afford to just keep on opening up stuff just for the sake of opening it. But as Sith, since you are here and we were talking about it earlier, we were talking about the Penguin. What a and there's going to be some spoilers, so if you plan on watching Penguin and have not, now's the time to kind of jump off for a few minutes and come back, or mute me and come back. But going to talk about Penguin briefly here. Unfortunately, there, Kevin, I can never find a scale that continues to work right, but PB is not very large. I'd probably say somewhere in that 3-pound range. They don't get too big up here in Pennsylvania, and I don't have access to a boat to go out on waters to get the really big ones. So I'd say maybe 3 pounds. Yep, so Sith, Lorelei, we were going to talk Penguin. That finale, absolutely phenomenal. I honestly didn't see it coming that he killed the kid. And the way he did it was beautifully written. As I had said in our correspondence earlier, Barry, what's going on? I shouted you out at the top of the show. I know you're sitting at 431 subs. Let's get you to 500, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a good friend. So, yes, I feel like I called it, but not at that exact moment. All the second in commands killed the top guys of each one of the gangs. I definitely saw that coming. I just thought it was going to happen in the other episode where they all had a powwow with the Penguin and he passed out beers, and I'm like, this is kind of strange. He's passing out beers. I'm thinking, is he going to poison everybody? And then maybe the second in commands are going to take over. But then they all drank and, kind of got away from that. But I was like, I still had in my mind that the second in commands were going to definitely play a big part. I didn't see it coming also with the Hangman. She opened up the letter, and it's from Selena Kyle. And if you're not big into comic books, you might not know Selena Kyle is in fact Catwoman, who also happens to be, I believe, and Sith, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe she's also half sisters or something along those lines of the Hangman, and that's why she wrote her in the first place. So, good ending to the show. Good segue into the next Batman movie. Hopefully they have other kind of spin-offs to it. Maybe they'll do a Joker or one of the other villains. Maybe they'll tap into Colin Farrell to do a second season of The Penguin. I would love to see that. I think it's one of the best shows I've ever seen. And that was phenomenal. Other stuff out there. This was a big week for Cobra Kai. Hey, Bobby, what's going on? How are we doing this evening? Just to give a shout out to King Demon, stopped through here and said some stuff. What's up, Twink? You're flooring? I don't know what that is. Greetings from Puba. I'm guessing you're sent maybe Cuba? Phil. Kevin was in here. Oh, Kevin was asking me about my PB on fishing. And yeah, so other stuff. So this was a big week on Netflix. Cobra Kai came out with their second of 3 parts to the final season. And wow, tons and tons and tons of action. Don't know if you guys any of you are into that show, but I absolutely loved that show when it came out. I love the direction the show started with, I was in that camp of Daniel actually being the asshole, and even though Johnny was the preppy bully kind of guy. I always felt like it was Daniel who instigated everything, and that's kind of how the show started off 5 seasons ago or 6 seasons ago, and now we've come full circle. They're both tentatively friends, so to speak, and live in the same world. And these second 5 episodes were phenomenal, and can't wait for that show to close out. Last 5 episodes come back out in February. Some of you might not be into it because it's got that whole. Some people will describe it as like 90210 with karate in it. Just like some people, like I watched Vampire Diaries and liked that show a lot, and I said that was like Dawson's Creek with vampires in it, on like those kind of shows. But there's some good writing in it, and a lot of action, so that makes up for all the teen drama stuff of the show. Hey, what's going on, NWE? Was good to see you earlier today. Was very proud of you. My son was the godfather of my granddaughter being baptized today, so very proud of you. I probably did not say that earlier, but I'm saying it now. That's what I'm saying, Bobby. A lot of good action in Vampire Diaries. So it took, it made the teen drama not as bad. I actually, if that was a show you were into, I actually preferred the originals. I thought the originals were more of a darker kind of show and even better writing. And anything that takes place in New Orleans grabs my attention. I definitely love that area. NCIS New Orleans was a show I watched. K-Ville, which is a show that didn't even last a year, that was a show I watched. So I like the whole vibe of NOLA. But also, don't know if anybody watched it. The whole world friggin' damn near watched it. You had the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight. A lot of people were disappointed. Was hoping Tyson was going to whoop his ass. Didn't happen. A lot of people saying it was all scripted and purposefully for the both of them to just get paid for it to happen the way it did. No matter what your feelings are, my feelings per se are he's 58 years old and he still was in the ring with a much younger guy. Threw some punches. First couple rounds were good. He's got a bum knee. He's old. He's ready to. I don't know. I thought it was a good way for him to end the past and move forward for the rest of his Tyson's life, so to speak. So that's all I'm gonna really say about that. But I'd love to hear from you guys who did get a chance to watch the fight and tell me what you think. All right, Eddie says it was a total joke. Barry didn't watch it. Going back a little further, Bobby says the originals was a little bit more adult. Yes, it was, and just like a little more darker tones for sure, which made that a really good show. Barry loves the hat, loves my Flyers hat, says it's cool, but it's not Bruins cool. I hear you. TikTok fun. I'm not selling anything but my sterling personality. Yeah, that's what was the holdup of the fight. They're decentralized, but if you would watch even some of the stuff, his training that he did, and even like prep and beating the shit out of bags and hands and stuff, he was moving really well to then getting in the ring and being kind of lethargic from the jump. So it was a little strange, but I take it for what it's worth. If you watch the rest of the night, which I didn't, but I did watch the female fight beforehand, and I think her name's like Serrano or Verano. She was gypped out of the match. The Irish girl kept the title, and I definitely think she was robbed for sure. Now, if you want to talk a joke, who was that said Eddie? That was a joke. The Puerto Rican girl landed at least, I think, like 50% maybe or so more punches landed, more effective punches, was messed up, got friggin' headbutted in the eye and kept on going, and she was the one who was the aggressor while the other one was backing off and clutching all the time. So how you can think that the Irish girl won that fight, I don't know. And I'm Irish, so I would certainly root for an Irish girl, but that last got her ass kicked. And you were at the fight, shit. I don't think I would have paid $1,000, but I mean that woman's fight was pretty darn incredible, Taylor. So maybe not $1,000 incredible, but guys, I thank you all new people that are in here hanging out for a little bit. Make sure you at least on your way out hit the like button for me. If you're into sports cards, subscribe to the channel, would be much appreciated. What is, or I guess you're saying who is the best hockey player? Well, I mean, Wayne Gretzky's the best of all time. Nowadays, you're looking at Ovechkin, Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, Sidney Crosby certainly up there, and I can't stand the guy. Right now, I'm paying attention to the young blood, Connor Bedard, and for my Philadelphia Flyers, Matvei Michkov, who leads the point totals for all rookies this year. So to kind of answer your question for you, that's what I'm kind of thinking of. My favorite player is not probably even in the top 100 of all time, and that's Rick Tocchet, who played for my Philadelphia Flyers, played for the Penguins, played for a couple other teams out there, coached the Phoenix Coyotes, coached Vancouver last year, and I think he's still with Vancouver. That's my favorite player of all time. Probably my second favorite player is Jeremy Roenick. So my favorites aren't like the top players of all time. We got Hammy and Son. Hammy and Son, I kind of gave you not my typical shout out, but brought up 2 for 22 earlier in the show. Thank you for being in here. What's going on there? Sports Productions. Sports Productions, sorry. Good to have you all here. Yes, certainly got to talk at least a little bit of hockey there. Sith, I'm enjoying the way the Flyers are starting to pick it up a little bit. Not watching and paying attention too much to the other teams just yet. As we get further into the season, I'll definitely start paying more attention on who's who and what teams are doing great. Of course, you know, like the Bruins are going to be there. The Rangers are going to be there. Lightning are probably going to be there. Florida's going to be there again. Oilers, I know they had a rough start, but I think they started picking it up. Of course, I get all my Anaheim Ducks knowledge from you on Saturday nights, and Maple Leafs knowledge and Detroit Red Wings knowledge from Perchie on Saturday nights. A couple little other items to attend to on entertainment purposes. I did not watch last week's episode to start the final chapters, so to speak, or parts of Yellowstone. That's another really cool show that I've been into so much. I want to move to Montana. It just makes me feel like I want to move to Montana, retire there, and just be in some sort of field and going out fishing in streams or something. Like, that's just how I'm like feeling when I watch that show. Last week was they were gone for almost 2 full years to get to this last probably 8 week series finale. So it's going to probably come super fast. Week 1 was last Sunday. Week 2 is tonight. So either tonight or during the week, I'll catch up and watch both episodes. And then one other thing that I did this week as well, and I binged the hell out of it. And I do, it's a show I suggest if you guys are into period piece stuff or zombies or into that like Asian culture type stuff, Korean, Japanese, whatnot. I suggest watching Kingdom. Phenomenal twist on the zombie genre. I won't give away a lot of it, but just know that that it takes place after the Japanese invaded Korea, and that war kind of finished up, and you have these kind of zombies, but they're not the zombies we're used to. They die and come back, or you'll have to watch it to really understand that how people can get infected by the zombies and how they can go. They have this thing where they can go dormant. So that's all I'm gonna say to not give away anything. But it's pretty quick. I think if I remember, it's 6 to 8 episodes and only 2 seasons. So it didn't go very long, but super phenomenal show for 2 seasons. I suggest checking that out. YM, I always give wrenches to everybody that I know and are my friends and have been here since week 1 of my broadcast and even before that. Been doing this this is episode number 25. So if you have been here for 25 weeks as well, you would also have a blue wrench. So not sure what you're trying to say, like Blue Army and I'm a scared little boy or something like that. It's just how it is. I know channels that will give you a blue wrench even if they don't know you. I'm not going to do that. Hi, Harasmo. Thank you for stopping in. Make sure you hit that like button for me, please. Stick around for as long as you want. We just got done talking about a bunch of different entertainment things. We're going to get back into some sports stuff shortly. Definitely going to open up the last... I'll open up 4 now. What is it? How many packs do I have? I got 8 packs of the Haunted Hoops. I'll open up 4 now and 4 later on, sometime in the second hour. Let's get to opening up something. I am a ripping channel, but this is all I have. So let me get the ripping. Seth, as Jason from Pack Addict Grips would say, let's get the ripping. Do I look like a Trump supporter because I'm a white middle-aged man? Is that why we're guessing that? Or do I just look like a smart man? Contavious Caldwell Pope, SGA Shea Gilgis Alexander. Well, thank you there, Mojo. And Gordon Hayward from the Thunder to finish this off. Okay, let's get to ripping. Marcus Smart, Kevin Looney, and Contavious Caldwell Pope on the parallel. Ayo Dosunmu, Buddy Hield, and we'll finish it off with a Reggie Jackson. Yeah, pull some fire, Daniel. Not out of this product. The football supposedly has numbered cards. I've never seen one on anybody's channel pulled. If any of you have, please direct me to that. And then this NBA Hoops is supposed to have parallel where it's like not just these spider webs in the corner. It's supposed to be some sort of other parallel with spider webs. I think the border has spider webs or something like that. And they could be a little valuable, especially if it's a Wembanyama. We got Mark Williams, Taurean Prince, and we got a nice Rising Stars Paolo Banchero. You know what? For the heck of it, let's stick with the ripping. I'll open up the other 4 packs, and then maybe later, if we get kind of bored, I do still have some of the old O-Pee-Chee hockey cards that I know, Daniel, you like. Tyrese Halliburton, Zach LaVine, and Alex Caruso. Julius Randle, Onyeka Okongwu for my son's Atlanta Hawks, as well as Seth Lundy. Mitchell Robinson, Tosan Ebomwa, I can't even pronounce that. Ebomwan. Trying to say that name, I feel like I'm having a stroke. Anthony Black. And last pack of all the Haunted Hoops that I have. Leonard Miller. Josh Green. And the rookie Colby Jones from Pack Addict Rips' Sacramento Kings. Jeez, I couldn't even at least get some good rookies out of the non-valuable product. Mojo, You want to download the. There's a couple different apps that you can download for value. Uh, they're always all over the internet. Collects is one. COLLX. Sports Card Investor is another good one. And good old fashioned eBay. If you download eBay and have an account, all you need to do is hit the. There's a section where you can hit search, scan the card, and it'll give you a bunch of cards. It might not be that exact card, but a lot of times it might give you that card and give you prices or the listings of that card, so you kind of have an idea of what people are trying to sell it for. It's actually very, very simple. Don't like to talk politics on this channel, Spencer, but I'm sure you can guess who I like because I have a smile on my face. Kyle Busch Lover 18, do you have NASCAR cards? Do I have any NASCAR cards? No, sorry, I had to think about that for a minute because I've done some like obscure rips on my channel before, some WWE in the past, and some UFC. I do not think I've opened up any NASCAR cards. I will give you this little bit of knowledge, though. Being a Kyle Busch fan, I've actually met Kyle Busch. Was actually a really nice guy. I met him years ago, probably 2012, 2013, somewhere around that time frame. I used to work for Sunoco, and I worked pretty close to where the headquarters are when they had corporate locations, and so all the big wigs of the different stuff like Coke, Pepsi, Canada Dry, you name it, they would come through the area. So it was like the whole vice president of Coca-Cola gave tickets for NASCAR for the lower race. I think it was the Busch Series or whatever I think it was called Xfinity then or something like that. Whatever the lower race was where Kyle Busch was racing for NAS. So that's what we got to do. Me and my boss, we had and I went with my oldest son. We had infield passes to sit at the NAS hauler. Got to have a meet and greet with Kyle Busch before the race. So he signed some autographs for us. I have to find them. I don't even remember where I put them, but some cool getting to meet him and then watch the race from the infield. This was in Dover. So that was a lot of fun. Zach, hey, what's going on, Zach? I love NASCAR too, but I have like kind of fallen from it. I don't watch it the way I used to. I used to watch it pretty religiously every week. Outside of or flipping back and forth between football and that. Dog Days of Summer was definitely watching every Sunday, but haven't been to a race in at least, I want to say at least 10 years. Last race I went to was in Bristol in 2014. So yeah, it's been a little over 10 years since the last time I went to a race. Been to Bristol, been to Dover a handful of times, and been to Pocono once. Mojo, they won't give price quote. It'll just give you all the listings of that card or similar cards that other eBay users have are trying to sell their card for. So that's just at least a good barometer of figuring out kind of what your card's worth, or what you might, if you wanted to try to sell them, you could put it on eBay for. Certainly no motocross cards. I've never, Spencer, I've never even seen motocross cards. That's cool though. I'm sure they're out there. I mean, I've seen right now in the Target, they've got tennis cards. Obviously, you have golf cards. I've seen pickleball cards. During the Olympics, they had Olympic cards, so like men's swimming and women's gymnastics and yada yada yada. And then I didn't realize that a lot of these Upper Deck Tiger Woods cards, I thought it was all golf. I saw somebody open up a box. I didn't realize it was actually other sports in the box, but all like, you know, obviously unlicensed stuff. Oh! I got ghosts. People tell me I have ghosts behind me. Not a problem, Mojo. Anytime, you know, if you're here to have fun or gain some knowledge, I'm here. I'm not a dick. But if anybody who acts like a jerk, I'm certainly going to give it back to them. So stick around. I hope you do. I hope to come back another time when I actually have stuff to open, or you know, check out a couple of my videos. Mojo, I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely. If you subscribe and you're publicly subscribed, I can remember to subscribe back to you. So that, I mean, that's the only way I can. In my old age, that's the only way I can remember. So I mean, definitely, if you're a public subscriber, you'll come up in my notifications, and I can subscribe back to you. I wouldn't, Daniel. That, I mean, yes and no. I mean, they're definitely gonna card shop's gonna shortchange him on the value of his cards when it's easier to sell direct to consumer if you can through whatnot sales or eBay sales, or even though those companies also take a percentage of it, they don't take nearly as much as just trying to sell it to a card dealer. All right, what's going on, my friend? Good to have you in here as always. That's not the same trophy, though. Where are my trophies, O-Rod? I need my O-Rod trophies tonight. Gabrielle from Brazil, thank you for being here. Nice to have you. Zach, you've been to NASCAR races in Charlotte as well as in Atlanta. Would love that. And you know, especially with my son and his likings, we definitely got to get down to Atlanta at some point. And if that ever happens, I will certainly hit you up, my friend. I would love to just sit out in the field and chill with my friend Zach one night and his kids. EUA? Sorry, my vision is bad. Gabrielle, what is EUA? Oh, okay, no problem, O-Rod. Yeah, it's showing me on this side a trophy. It's just not that smiley face trophy that you usually roll up with. Guys, O-Rod's been putting out a lot of good content, so make sure you're checking him out. A lot of good videos. I'm in the great state of Pennsylvania, a state that came through this November, but again, I don't talk politics on my channel. So I hope people don't sift through my 50, 60, 70 hours of live stream to even hear that one little clip. I'm going to leave this up to Daniel. Daniel, do I go start predictions first, or do I talk early MVP favorites before we get into predictions? Whatever you want, that's where I'm going to go. Oh, we got something like a 8-bit tune. Feel like I'm playing a video game. First spin of the night, guys. Here we go. So, for MVP voting, hold on. Large messages, they distract me. Gotta read it. Gabrielle, I don't work with music. I play background music to kind of drown out, like, anytime I do stop talking, so it's not complete and utter silence. I have on a TV over here non-copyrighted music that I'm playing. What's going on, Red 03? Thanks for being here, my friend. Thanks for the support, as always. Mojo, yeah, I mean, he wasn't worth even being drafted. It was a big joke that they had him on the main squad just to fulfill LeBron James's ego or whatnot, or placate to him. Complete and utter joke. I'm usually not that down on anybody in the NBA, but I think that's absolutely ridiculous. So getting into MVP, I'm certainly curious as to what you guys think. A lot of people think that Lamar Jackson already has it all ripped up. And I do have a few stats. Not a lot. I have his stats. I have a couple other running backs, their stats, and then maybe some considerations. But the experts think Lamar Jackson's going to run away with it. He's got a 123.2 passer rating, or QB. It's not a QB rating. It's not QBR. It's some sort of other rating. He's got the best in the league. He's thrown for 24 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's rushed for 538 yards, and he's got 2 TDs. My big issue is, as great as he is, there's some other guys that are nearly as good, and their records show it. Then there's guys that maybe are even a tad bit better in certain categories, but the records suck. So experts are giving Jared Goff a look, but I think that's looking at their record, which is Lions' record is certainly better than the Ravens' record, but I don't think his numbers warrant it. Joe Burrow is putting up phenomenal numbers, but their team seems to keep losing. Baker Mayfield, I think they're 4-6, but he's put up really good numbers. Sam Darnold's put up some pretty decent numbers. Josh Allen, I think he just made himself a case for the big win today over the Chiefs. So, as far as quarterbacks go, you're looking at Lamar. In my opinion, Lamar Jackson probably is the top guy. Josh Allen might be nipping at his heels as we get further through the season. But, one, you got to play a whole season. And if you're a team that's maybe fringe, like the Ravens are, unfortunately, that they could possibly not even make the playoffs, they'll probably make the wild card. I mean, you can't give the MVP to that guy. Epics, most of us are all here in the United States. King Mufasa, who is your team? And O-Rod, thank you. You're bringing it right into where I'm thinking. I know typically the quarterback position is where the MVP comes from. Usually, right now, the experts on a bunch of these sites are you have MVP and then you have offensive player of the year. Isn't it kind of the same thing? So they actually, a lot of these sites are showing Derrick Henry and Saquon leading the charge for offensive player of the year. But I can argue without the both of them, their teams aren't that great. And even Lamar Jackson wouldn't be as good without Derrick Henry. The Eagles certainly would not be the team they are right now without Saquon. And I do have some stats for that as well. Derrick Henry, 1,120 yards for 12 with 12 rushing touchdowns. He's got 96 receiving yards with 2 touchdowns from receptions. Adversely, Saquon has 1,137 yards with 8 touchdowns rushing. He's got 210 receiving yards with another 2 touchdowns. So a little less touchdowns, but let's consider some other things in Saquon's numbers. And this is not necessarily being a homer, but yes, it is. I love Saquon. He also leads the league with, I believe it's 9 possessions of the ball where he landed at the 1. And if you know football, you know once the Eagles are down to the 1, it's the tush push where you're pushing Jalen Hurts into the end zone. And I love Jalen Hurts, and I love that he's able to do that. But if Saquon is getting you down there, why not try at least one attempt for Saquon to put it over the line? And he would certainly have. Let's even give him half of those. If you give him half, he has just as many touchdowns as Derrick Henry. So I personally put in the whole grand scheme of things, I put Saquon 1, Derrick Henry 2, and Lamar Jackson 3. That's how my early voting would be for MVP. And I'm sorry, and Josh Allen 4th. Yeah, fortunately there for you, King Mufasa. Too many injuries. Too many not the right guys. Jim, you're right. Worst 9-0 team. They found ways to win because they're lots of bad calls in their favor, but also their defense is really good. Their offense just is not clicking this year. I don't usually talk politics, Big Tito, but I'm going to tell you right now, I can almost guarantee Kamala will not be the Democrats' choice in 2028. So I think you're being silly saying that already because I don't even think she'll be their candidate of choice. I don't think the DNC will go that route again. They'll pick somebody completely different to run in 4 years. Packers don't look too bad, Daniel. They're not that bad. Anybody else got any kind of any thoughts on who should be the MVP? Mojo, Steelers, they're looking pretty good. I was actually going to bring up another category of comeback comeback player of the year. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know if Justin Fields played the first handful of games and now it's Russell Wilson. Is it back to Justin Fields? You tell me. I haven't paid enough attention, but I know they keep winning. So maybe Russell Wilson gets some recognition as comeback player. But this is my choice. Maybe not any of you thought about it. At this point in the season, I think the comeback player is Joe Flacco. Oh my God. His career has been reignited like crazy. To me, that's who I think should be the comeback player of the year. But you guys tell me what you think. Who is your defensive player of the year? That's a little bit harder, Mojo, only because I don't follow the trajectory of many people on the defensive side too much. I don't know who's leading in sacks. I don't know who's leading in interceptions and such. I can only say enough about my team where defensive rookie of the year could potentially go to Quinion Mitchell from my Eagles. Only because of how shut down he's been. Man, we got a lot of dust balls and orbs flying around tonight. We are right past the top of the hour, guys. Let's kick it into overdrive for hour number 2. I thank you all for being here. We've had a lot of new people stepping through and at least leaving comments, which I appreciate it. You know, if you're not into it, I get it. Make sure you're hitting that like button before you swing on out the door. And it's good to have new people in here. Thank you, Mojo, for sticking around and participating. I always like having new people on the channel. King Mufasa, thank you for sticking around as well. We're getting into hour number 2. And of course, as always, make sure you're staying hydrated and drink Prime. Speaking of Jake Paul, his brother's company, Logan Paul. J.K. Dobbins, a consideration for Defensive Player of the Year, I'm thinking.
So the only thing that you need to be concerned about is your medical treatment. When a person walks through our front door and chooses us to fight for them.
Yeah, I mean, Mojo, you might be right about Joe, but he was for a little bit and looked pretty darn good, but, you know. King Mufasa, I am live every Sunday. I had like a 2-week spurt not that long ago that I didn't, but every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States is when I go live. So right now it's 10 p.m. Eastern to give you an understanding if you're somewhere far. Every Sunday I'm talk sports. Sometimes we do some shit talking. It's been kind of low key tonight. We're not really ripping on each other. I do rip some cards. So rip packs, rip teams. Did some talking about entertainment tonight just because I didn't have much to open. So we're just kind of getting through some stuff here. Sometimes it's kind of hard to fill 2 hours, especially when a lot of my normal crew aren't here tonight. Oh, what do we got? All right, guys. So before we get into this week's predictions, I'll open up some packs of O-Peachy 1991-92 hockey. gonna be some old names that some of you kiddos are not gonna know. And as always, in every single pack, there's a Soviet Union Red Army card that has got the piece of gum stuck to it. We've got a Dave Gagne. My second favorite goalie of all time, Ed Belfour. We'll give a shout out to Jazambro on that one. We got Mary Barron, Kevin Miller, Bob Kudelski, Mike Richter playing for those stinking Rangers, but lots of respect. He played for Team USA back in the day. Luke Richardson, Toronto Maple Leafs, also former Flyer. We got the Quebec Nordiques. That's how old these cards are. And Mike Lalore. Eddie the Eagle probably had the best, back then at least, the best goalie mask I've ever seen. My favorite goalie, Ron Hextall, also had some pretty damn good masks over the years as well. Ken Saborn, Mike Vernon, Pierre Turgeon, Mike Sillinger, Zarly Zalapsky. Wow, that's a name of yesteryear. Troy Crowder. Corey Millen. Valerie Kamensky. What's that say? Future NHLer from Russia. And Darren Shannon. Two more packs, guys. Yeah, I actually, I even still recognize a lot more, not into, I love hockey, but don't know players probably the way you do, Daniel. Definitely recognizing a lot more of these names tonight than I've done in previous packs I've opened. Al McGinnis. Who doesn't know Al McGinnis if you're into hockey? Dave Taylor. Steve Smith. Mats Sundin. Love those jerseys. Jeff Bukaboom. First I didn't realize that, but I remember him. Jeff Bukaboom. Steve Casper in his Kings uniform, Flyers logo. David Reed. Kurt Giles. And we'll finish this off with Peter Sidorkic. Sidorkiewicz. Don't know that one. Butchered the shit out of that name. Well, thank you, Daniel. Bob Probert. Definitely didn't want to piss this guy off. Minnesota North Stars team card. Steve Yzerman. Definitely Red Wings royalty there. Bobby Holik from the now defunct Hartford Whalers. Brad Jones. We've got a league leaders and assists Wayne Gretzky. Even though these cards aren't worth a dang, I always like to, I do sleeve up at least the Gretzky cards. Even if these were kind of worth some money, look at how bad the centering is on this card. That's brutal. Kelly Eklund, Miles O'Connor, Alexander Godinick, and Olaf Kolzig. Yep, all wax packs for sure. Low quality. We all know it, Daniel. I do hope I have like, let's see how many packs I have left. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I still have 10 more packs to open for different times. I did get one Jaromir Jagr, but not base. That's what I'm looking for. If I can get a Jaromir Jagr base, I'd be super stoked. It's not supposedly worth a whole lot. It's like $50 raw or something like that. But just to have that in my collection, if I can find that card, I'd be pretty stoked about it. I got 10 more packs to try to find that. I did get, I think it was like an All-Stars or rookie leader or something, Jagr, but not the base. The base is what I'm looking for. That supposedly is the best card in the whole series. No, don't worry about that. I've over the years, I think I've had plenty of Jagr cards. I don't know. I don't have anything over here in my collection now, but my father has a majority of my stuff still. But if I can find a Jagr out of this stuff, that's all. I'd be stoked to have that. Just to say I actually ripped it. What is 33 years later after the cards come out, and I rip it and find it. That would be super cool. Good story. Could potentially be my highest rated video. Who knows? It'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't think I pulled a lot of Jagr back in the day. I have certainly, and I hopefully my dad didn't. I know he did still have some of it because my brother was down at his place in Florida not too long ago and brought one small box back with him on the plane, but he's got tons of my old stuff. I wish he never took it from me, but then again, I probably would never have it and even have the opportunity to look at it again. So he's got stuff. Never had, like, say, a Gretzky rookie, but I did have some year 2 Gretzky stuff. I know I have maybe still in that collection the year 2 Gretzky that has, in the corner, it's a puck. And it's a scratch off. You scratch it off to reveal the name. And they say it's worth more if you never scratch the name off. But all the cards I have from that year, that's like 1970, 76, I guess it is, or something like that. I have a Wayne Gretzky scratched off. Wow. Daniel, I would love to see that one day, your collection. And I don't mean on an email. That should be your first video. What do you say? Once you figure out, Daniel, how to get a setup to do a couple videos, maybe that should be your first video of showing off your Wayne Gretzky collection. And then go from there. Well, Slip, that's kind of funny since I've been on here for the last hour and 15 minutes. And I know nobody saw me buy any fentanyl, so You know, maybe there's some you can go peddle that off to some other crackhead. Yes, Daniel Gretzky, your first official video. Also slipped. Would I be flying high right now and being able to do some chair turns if I was all fentanyled the hell up? Or maybe I'm just waiting. Maybe that's going to be my crash down 45 minutes from now. What do you say? Horrible, horrible, horrible drug. It's not even a good joke to talk about some shit like that. Daniel, let's definitely talk sports. Hold on one second. You know me, guys. I don't mind trolls whatsoever. I think they help out the algorithm just fine, but I think Daniel's right. Let's not get off too far off the subject sitting there talking about fentanyl, for crying out loud. You know, a lot of people have had problems, and the big epidemic in this country, and guy wants to joke around about it. Not cool, dude. I'd rather you call me fat, or I look like I'm half dead or something, but we don't need to go there. So yeah, let's talk sports, Daniel. Let's get into predictions for the week. What do you say, my friend? We're going into week number 12 next week. Thursday night football. We've got Steelers at Cleveland Browns. I'm going with the Steelers to pick up the victory there. Oh, and by the way, we have 6 byes this week. So a lot of teams out for this week coming up. Falcons, Bills, Bengals, Jaguars, Saints, and Jets are all off for the week. I think Steelers are going to really put the hammer down on the Browns this week for sure. And with all the byes, looks like we have just as many 1 o'clock games, but they took away a 4 o'clock game. There's only 3 4 o'clock games for the week, but jumping into all the 1 o'clock games, we've got, first off, Chiefs at the Panthers. That's an easy way for the Chiefs to get back to the winning ways and beat up on those Panthers. So that's definitely not even a prediction. It's almost a spoiler at this point. Chiefs at Panthers. Chiefs with the win. We have up next Vikings at the Bears. I'm going to say easy win for the Vikings. Straight easy win. If y'all don't know by now, I do not like Caleb Williams at all. I feel really bad for Bears fans because I think Caleb Williams stinks. Or at least, maybe not stinks, but he's not number 1 pick material. Way too cocky for his skill set, for sure, Daniel. Up next on the list is the Titans are playing at the Texans. I think it's time for those Texans to start their run, start the roll. Let's see what they got. Let's see if they still have what it takes to be a good team in this league? I hope so. I had them winning the Super Bowl. I hope that's still a possibility. I got money riding on it. We follow this up with probably the hottest team in the league, because I won't even call the Chiefs a hot team. They lucked their way into victories, but the actual, very decisive winning Detroit Lions are at the Colts, and they're going to continue their winning ways for sure over the Colts, in my opinion. I think if it wasn't for the Lions, people would be talking a lot more highly on my Eagles or potentially even the Commanders if it wasn't for how good the Lions are playing. Up next, we have the Patriots at the Dolphins. I feel like both teams keep burning me. I keep picking the Patriots too much when they lose. I keep not picking the Dolphins too much and they end up winning. But just going to pick the home team in this case and pick the Dolphins to beat the Patriots. Daniel, I think the Eagles do have a good shot as long as our coach doesn't fuck it up. Excuse my language, but that's where I'm thinking. Up next, we have the Bucks, who I think are a considerably better team than their 4-6 record shows, and they're playing. And the biggest, probably I would say the biggest dumpster fire, even more than the Jaguars or the Panthers, is those New York stinking Giants. Bucks are going to easily take that game. I watched a clip of Eagles fans I want to say it was that were at the Commanders game, and they were interviewing Saquon, and the Eagles fans were chanting, "Thank you, New York." Or thank you, Giants, you stupid asses. Then we have the NFC East matchup, Cowboys at the Commanders. Cowboys, they're on a downward spiral. Commanders, they were on the rise until they hit the green wall of the Eagles. I say they get back into their winning ways, and the Commanders will run the Cowboys right out of town. Oh, Rod, I appreciate you participating along with me and Daniel tonight. Well, thank you very much. I am okay. Whatever you say there, Christine. Goodbye, you, whoever you are. Christian, you can stay. Keep on flattering me with your nice words. Can't tell if you're a guy or a girl. It doesn't really matter. If you think I'm sexy and want to stick around, go right ahead. We get right into the 4:00 games. So, Orad and Daniel, we got 3 slotted in the later time. Broncos at the Raiders. My Raiders suck. Broncos are going to win that one. They had a really good win today. Like them to continue their winning ways. Bo Nick's starting to come into his own for sure. Don't matter to me non-certain things, Sith. You know, I gotta get certain things out of here that make me even cringe a little bit on occasion. But hey, somebody wants to think I'm sexy and delicious. By all means, I don't want to tell them they're wrong. Even if it's a guy, you can tell me all you want I look good. Just don't put your hands on me. Up next are the 49ers with Brock Purdy at Green Bay. I'm going to have to go with Green Bay on this one. 49ers continue their slide. Packers looking for their place in the playoffs. Trying to hang in there with Minnesota. Who knows how that division is going to go, but I got the Packers. And lastly, this is another one just kind of like the Patriots and Dolphins. We got the Cardinals and the Seahawks. I'm going with the Seahawks, but I hate my pick. If there's ever a pick that I make, but I don't really like it, it's probably that one. Cardinals, for too many times, this year have busted me up where I picked against them and they've won. Seahawks, I picked them a couple times too where they then lost. So, but I gotta stick with the Seahawks. I gotta stick with who I think is the better team and should win more than how I think it's gonna go, or worry about my previous picks. Good choice there, Rod. At least we got so 2 Seahawks picks and 1 smart guy picking the Cardinals. Right, Daniel. I think he's got his beat this week. Sunday night football. That's going to be exciting, as always, of course, because it's my Philadelphia Eagles at the Rams. I don't know. I'm either not going to be on next Sunday or I'm going to coordinate and watch the game and do my broadcast next week. Kind of maybe something like, not play-by-play like Jazambi has done in the past. But I gotta figure out something special. How about, yes, Sunday Funday next week for sure, but something special because of the Eagles game being on. Gotta figure that out. Then Monday Night Football, we've got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Chargers. And I'm thinking this is kind of in my opinion, actually a toss-up. You got the Ravens are going to beat the Chargers, but I would not be shocked if the Chargers actually won this one. I think they've been playing pretty decent football. They've hung around. They got a pretty good record. Justin Herbert, I don't think has turned the ball over too much this year. He hasn't lit the world on fire. He's got somewhere around like 16, 17, 18 touchdowns to Lamar Jackson's 24. So he's handled himself pretty decent. I don't know, you might even want to throw him in the MVP conversation, but probably not. He's coasted through this year, but his team, I think, has the better record than Baltimore, but I'll go with Baltimore for the win. wonder why the most American stream you've come across. I'm not wearing anything. I'm not wearing anything like, red, white, and blue. I don't have an American flag in the background or anything like that. I'm not drinking beer on my station. I'm not going with a twang. I'm wearing a friggin' hockey hat, which is a sport of Canada, and probably even more so Russia. Oh, my shirt is very... Yes, Sith, you're right. My shirt is very American. It's like... It's like... Spine Ticks is like apple pie and the girl next door. Can't get more American than that. That's what I want to hear. Somebody on my side. Go Birds. Go Flyers. Gotta love those Fly guys. So then you can have 1,001 channel there, Sith. I think this is why I'm trying to open up these other channels so I could start competing with you. No, not really. I honestly wanted to try a couple other different things. If you get a chance, check out that Nikki 2 Times Unlimited. Right now, I did a couple, if I remember correctly, a couple Walgreens finds. My least viewed. Oh my God! I thought it was the smartest thing I could have done. I thought I was being what's the word I'm looking for? Creative. It was my least viewed video. I did a video of the end scene for Fight Club where he's holding hands with the girl and the buildings are coming down, and I dubbed over the new Bruno Mars Lady Gaga song, thinking being creative, super perfect, and nobody watched it. Damn it. But that was a good one. Last couple videos, I haven't done any full-length videos on that channel yet, but the shorts I've done, the last couple shorts, I downloaded Pokemon TCG Pocket, which is pretty neat. So I'm you're ripping packs digitally to play battles and get some pretty cool cards. So I'm just doing shorts on that and using the same. I'm not doing the 2 or 3, 4 a day that I've done in the past with the Halloween cards. Doing the Burt method or how you used to do in the past. I'm doing like 1 a day on that channel, but they're getting views. I'm not getting the followers yet from it, but I've got, as of today, 9 subs, and these videos are still hitting. I think the latest one hit like 1,000. So just getting that channel up and running. Well, Moscow, thank you for sticking around for a minute. Hey, you gave me some watch time. Much appreciated. Daniel, I hope I see that Gretzky collection. I can only imagine all the conversations we've had on here and some we've had through email. I can only imagine what kind of a collection you have. And Sith is definitely somebody to talk to about stuff like that, because I know he's got some really good collections as well. But His stuff's probably pretty much all slab though too. I want horses. If there's something that most of us can all agree with right now is we're all thrilled that the Chiefs finally freaking lost. I wish I put money on it because it was the first week since week 1 that I picked the Chiefs to lose. So I wish I had put some money on it. That would have been good. I could have made a little bit. What? That's a lot of albums. Two albums. Okay, that's still a lot of just one player. That's gotta be each binder, depending on whether or not you put one card and one behind it. That's 18 per page. You usually have like 30 pages or so in a binder, maybe 50 pages in a binder. Let's go conservative. 18 cards, 30 pages is 180, 360, 540 cards. So you're talking well over 1,000 Gretzky cards in binders. That's insane. I would love to get into the cards that I had as a kid, because I had a lot more hockey cards back then than probably the other sports. You know, I had my baseball, I had your Donruss basketball, 86 Donruss 86 Fleer. I had every card under the sun but the Michael Jordan rookie that can be worth millions. But I had the Charles Barkley, Dominique Wilkins, Isaiah Thomas, Larry Bird, although that wasn't Larry Bird's rookie card, but it was the first card for a bunch of players. Not necessarily their rookie season, but their rookie cards. That was the year. I got so many of those cards that my dad probably has in boxes that he's holding on to that I need to get back. Now that I'm back into collecting, I need to get back that stuff. I collected a little bit. Obviously, I collected a little bit different. I was collecting I was just a kid. I wasn't collecting for value. I wasn't investing the way these kids nowadays do. So there was no, there was fun in it for me. Not the way these kids do it today. They're trying to invest in their futures or whatnot. I just basically bought packs and kept my Flyers in a binder, or I kept all my Philadelphia team stuff in a binder, along with some other things I liked to keep. Like all my Bo Jacksons were in a binder. All my I loved goalies so much when I was a kid, so every single goalie got a slot in the binder. Well, David Hook, don't usually talk religion on this channel either, besides politics. But yes, I can tell you, my granddaughter was baptized today, so I'm in a good mood from that as well. smile on my face for other things that happened earlier in this month of November. I do my best not to talk about that stuff just because I don't want to alienate anybody out there that might be into my channel. So, all are welcome. All religions are welcome. All spectrums of political supporters are welcome. All races, creeds, sexual orientation, they're all welcome to the channel. Might not agree with everything you say, but I won't talk that stuff a whole lot on this channel because I don't need to argue with nobody. I am doing good there, Nick Biggs. Thank you for checking in with me. Yeah, for the most part, it's family friendly. You know, obviously, I hit not for kids content, especially since I drop a couple curse words throughout the night, and I know my core audience is gonna drop a few words in the comments, but I'm not here for. If it's not about sports, I don't want to debate it. That's just how I feel. I will tell you your fucking team blows all day just to have fun with it and get a rise out of people, and we could have some good banner. But I'm not gonna fight with you if you support one candidate over another. Not gonna fight with you if you don't follow the religion I follow. I'm not gonna fight with you if you're Black, Asian, Mexican, or any other race. Not gonna get into any of that with anybody. You're all welcome. If you want to troll me, you're welcome too. I love the trolls because I can give it back without flipping my lid and just resulting in a bunch of curse words or anything. Paul Days, what's going on? You missed the trolls earlier tonight, my friend. There was quite a few of them. Handled myself admirably. I also had an admirer. I don't know if it was a guy or a girl, basically telling me that I was a sexy beast. Not in those words. I'm ad-libbing, of course, because I am a sexy beast. Paul, I would love to see you do live stream and interact with these trolls, because the way you smack them down for me in the comment section when you're here and they're spouting off. I love you, man. I would love to see you do that live. It would be definitely made for YouTube. Well, Daniel, thank you as always. I always am thankful for all my supporters, my subscribers, my friends. I feel like a lot of you are like like a family to me from the different groups that I am in. Things have definitely, just to kind of go to a different direction. Nick, thank you for subbing to the channel. Much appreciated. Make sure you hit that like button as well. I would appreciate it. Stick around for as long as you want. We're kind of starting to wrap up a little bit, but if anybody's got any questions, feel free to ask. I don't shy away from them. Just don't ask some stupid asinine question because you might not like the answer that I give you. Things that definitely you might have noticed, you might not have noticed. Slowing down a little bit. I can't really afford to keep on buying too much product. Plus, there's not any new stuff out there. So I might have to switch for a little bit, gearing on the videos I put out during the week to cards that I already have, or I keep saying I'm going to do it and then I don't. I'm like a broken record. I have so many comic books that I need to read that, maybe I could do some, get back to doing some comic book reviews, doing some shorts of showing covers from my old comic books, just to keep on putting out content for everybody throughout the week. Because I haven't been putting out too much content, the subscriber jump has been a little slower as of the last week or two. Still looking pretty good. Still feel like it was just yesterday that I hit 1,000, and I'm somewhere around 1,165 at this point. Again, the watch hours are starting to climb. With the new channel, Nikki 2x Unlimited, I watched this past week. I played back all my lives on that channel to give me a boost. A little bit of cheating. It's a better way to cheat than paying for subscribers and paying for watch time and then having the opportunity of getting your shit banned. So I don't do that. Well, see, even on that, the joke's on you there, Running Man, because I don't eat cheesecake. I actually think that cheesecake's disgusting. But, maybe I should lay off the cupcakes because I had a bunch of those today. Ovi with the hat trick. So, Sith, I think Ovi will do it this year based off of last year, you would think he wasn't going to do it, but I don't know, man. He's been looking pretty good to start off the season. I think he breaks the record this year. Zelton, I'm sorry, I just don't. I don't know. I'm not a big cheesecake guy. I love cheese on just about everything else. Pizza, nachos and cheese, cheeseburgers, cheese on hoagies, or other people in the other parts of the country call it a sub or a hero. But I'm not into cheesecake. Oh, I know. I heard you kind of teasing that last night. Of course, I will be there. I gotta stop going to bed so late lately since I've been out of work. Going to bed way too late on Friday nights, getting up super early on Saturdays, and then trying to make it through. I was actually dog tired last night and stuck around through the end. But the week before, like I told you, I was sleeping by 10 p.m. my time, which would be, I guess, 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. your time. I didn't even make it to the start of Spine Ticks last week. I was so damn tired. Don't say always. Don't say always. Don't say always. Ovi breaking his record will not make him the GOAT, but You can never say always. I'm as far as being a guest. Hey, I feel like I've been waiting for you to invite me. uh, my thought process on being a guest on your show is I wouldn't be in this room. I probably would not be in this room. I would probably be in the living room with my at the dining room table or whatever with my son's laptop, which I have my one son who comes over like every other weekend. So the weekends he does not come over are probably the best weeks. I could always make it work any other time too. So if it works out well and you need somebody to fill in for one of the other guys, if like Perch can't be on or Swag can't be on or Logan can't be on, I'd be happy to jump in at any time with you guys, and I'll make it work. But I can certainly, without a doubt, the weeks that I don't have my one son are easily doable. Meow. Ruff. Brr. We got a different Kyle Busch fan. We had Kyle Busch fan in here earlier. Absolutely. You just I don't know what you're gonna have to tell me which streaming platform you use. We could talk about it during the week. You know, I have a decent amount of comics that I might, you tell me the theme, I should be able to pull something at that. I should be able to have something, hopefully, for the honey hole. I haven't been honey hola. I haven't been able to. I don't know. I'll try to find. Maybe I could something I already have for the honey hola if I don't end up buying something for the week. But I got plenty of comics for whatever theme. All right, perfect. I do because I do have StreamYard already because I've used it on my good friend Mike at Rippin' for Rookies. I've been on with those guys, and Zach uses StreamYard as well and was a guest on his show. So yeah, I'd be happy to come in with you guys. Even if my son's here, I could still do it from the living room. Mute when I'm not on. I'll make it I'll make it happen. Yeah, why would I throw my phone across the room? Red, I don't know if you're asking me or asking Sith. That's where you do lose me on the comics thing, where I'm definitely not as good as someone like Sith or someone like Dan in his panel. I'm not an artist driven guy. I don't know artists in the comic book world. I just know titles and who I like title wise, and Huge Green Lantern fan. Has always been my number one superhero, even since before I collected comics. When I was watching Super Friends as a little kid, I gravitated towards Green Lantern from the jump. Puke, I guess it's funny in your own little world. Nobody else is laughing. Sit today, yeah. So if I'm going to be on, be sure that I'll be wearing this on Saturday to rep even further with you guys. Yeah, I'm mostly a DC guy. Green Lantern, JLA, or Justice League have always been my favorites. I have other comics in my collection. I have some Wolverine, but not a lot. I have some Avengers, not a lot. I have a majority of the original run of War Machine. Not every copy, but I have a lot of War Machine. I like him a lot. Back in the day, I collected Thanos when he first came out. I have some cool shit. And I've made shorts of it. I have Young Justice comics, Teen Titans comics. I've got a bunch of stuff from the Blackest Night arc in the DC world. I've got Cable #1. I don't think that's not his original run. It's probably volume 2 or something like that from the 80s. Hold on, I'm trying to read Jacksonville. I'm trying to read your comment and welcome in. When kids would go to the spinners to look for 2 or 3 week-old comics, sometimes they would bend the new issues back to see what was behind. This caused massive spine damage. Awesome, Jacksonville. Thank you for dropping that knowledge. Like it. If you like what you're hearing, subscribe to the channel. At the very least, hit that like button for me. I'm seeing 29 likes tonight. Been weird. I feel like, Sith, I shouldn't have I wish I didn't take those 2 weeks off, because I went from here to the 2 weeks off, and now since I've been back, it's been a little bit on the lighter side since coming back. But I'm still having fun. I still get some good people. I'm glad that you come in here and other good people, and I will be shouting every single one of you out as we start getting ready to wrap up for the night. And if Logan from the Hilt is having his, I will surely stop by for at least a little bit to say hello and give my support to him as well. We got your buddy Dom. What's going on, Dominator? Thanks for stopping by. Getting ready to wrap up. I do appreciate you coming in here. You're always been a good friend, and much appreciated. Much love out there. Good man in the community. It's in the title. Nikki 2 times. That is my first name, last name, or first name, middle name, last name. I am Nikki 2 times. No, but that is my first name. So let me start wrapping it up a little bit here. I want to thank Paul Daves Jr., Sith from Spine Ticks, Daniel Cryfall, Red03, We had Justin W. Smith in the house. Dino was here. We had Puke in here. Barry. We had Mojo, who was an outstanding new guest in the chat. We had Mufasa, another pretty decent newcomer to the channel. Oh, Rod, we'll never forget you, even though you didn't give me the the good trophies tonight. We had other trolls or other people not sure what they want to say, but they were here. Nick Biggs. Sorry, just going back, we had David Hook talking a little religion to us. I Want Horses was giving me Philadelphia sports love. If I've missed you and you're in the background still, I apologize if I have forgotten you. Jim NFL stopped on by. My alter ego, of course, Nikki 2 times Unlimited. Make sure you guys do sub up to that other channel. I will, once again, just put a little hello here to finish us off. Waiting for a good breakdown on the music so we can slash out. And it's crazy because all of a sudden we're starting to spike up on viewers. Isn't that always the way? Lindros is a legend. Unfortunately, I don't think he should have came back when we played the Devils and he got concussed again. I think our chances would have actually been better in that series without him. We got Kirk from the Rushmore Show popping through here. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Let me give you a wrench. You got a wrench now. If you get a chance, subscribe to Nikki 2 times Unlimited, Kirk, and I will make sure to subscribe back to you on that channel. Daniel, yes, he stayed in the league way too long. Played for, I don't remember which order, but played for the Rangers and the Maple Leafs after the Flyers, but he should have probably retired before even getting that far. Wow, Louisiana, been there when I was younger, did Mardi Gras, took the road trip actually from PA, drove down there, a few of us, and had a blast many moons ago. Great time, great town. Happen to love shows that deal with using Louisiana and New Orleans as a backdrop. Talked about that earlier tonight. We're going over a little bit just because we're having a good little ending chat here. Where do I rank the Phillies 2024 playoff chokes and all-time chokes? I mean, I can't speak for other teams, other sports. It's probably their second biggest choke compared to before my time. I guess it was the Whiz Kids or the Wheeze Kids or whatever, and their epic meltdown. But yes, put that right up there. It was definitely a choke job for sure. Heartbreaking. But then again, it would have been more heartbreaking to go further along like we did 2 years prior and losing in the World Series to the Astros, which wasn't a choke, but was definitely more heartbreaking than this year's choke job. So we have, guys, as always, we're going to have lives every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Go follow Sith at Spine Ticks. Also, his alternate channel where Spine Ticks Live, which I am now going, from his invite, going to be a guest on his show this upcoming Saturday, which is at 11 p.m. Eastern. I know we've talked about it only briefly. At some point, Kirk, I would love to be on your show. I know you've talked to me about it. We'll definitely have to work that out at some point. Maiden's World of Wax has also hit me up. So at some point, we'll might do a dual show on a Sunday, since he also goes live Sunday. So definitely have some cool stuff in the works for the rest of this year. I'm working on some new stuff for next year, changing up a couple things. Nothing major. I think for my long form videos, I'm gonna make a new intro and outro going into 2025, just to give it a new flavor, kind of like a turn of a season, and be like, we're now on to season 2 or season 3, so to speak. So just little tweaks for up and coming stuff. Guys, thanks for being here. Hopefully we get a good song to pop in right here for us to finish off the night. Don't think we will. So I'm just right here going to say thank you all for being here. Nikki 2 times came at you live again with another Sunday Funday. As always, y'all have a wonderful night. Love yous all. Take care.